Hello everyone and welcome to Bevins Bricks. I know it has been a very, and I mean very long time, but I can tell you this, I've gotten a lot done on my commission job, and let me tell you, it feels great. It feels like a weight has just been lifted. I'm so close to being done, so I'm finally in a mood to start trying to live stream again. The Drifting Samurai, hey, how you doing? RVBD, hello, hello. John, greetings, my friend. How are you? Brickman, hello, hello. Anyway, though, like I said, finally getting close to the finish line. And man, am I going to have a lot of different videos I want to make. Kyle, hey, how you doing, buddy? Some of those videos, because I have been playing and screwing around with a lot of different electronic things. And I can finally make Lego green. What I mean by that, hey, Atomic Logic, what I mean by that is I hate, and I mean I absolutely hate all those stupid battery packs they have, the old and the new. And, you know, Lego calls themselves green for having them, but I'm sorry, they're not green at all. The only way to go green is to actually just be able to plug it right into the wall, get rid of the battery crap altogether. And I do now have that system set up, and I'm going to be using it on my actual city once I'm done with this actual display job as well. I am doing good, Kyle. Like I was just saying, I personally feel like a weight is being lifted because I'm so close to being done. Bricks for Life, hello, hello. Greg Bissett, Kenneth Swan. Glad to see so many people popping in because I know it has been a very long time. And thanks for being here, John. I do appreciate it. But let's see, I want to grab a few things because what I'm working on right now, and I don't have a camera over at the display to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to be making some towers. What I want to do is have some light towers shining at the Saturn V launch, and I'm going to be working with some of those, and we're going to be working with those using some Mills plate lights. These lights are from Blinky Bricks, and I love his Mills plate lights. I love Blinky Bricks products in general. What these are, though, or what makes these so unique, is the fact that it's a naked LED, and then you do have an in and an out plug on these. I do also want to point out there's a couple different companies that sell these as well, but so far these are by far, and speaking of Blinky Bricks, hey, how you doing, my friend? So far these are my absolute favorite, and like I said, I'm going to show you guys how we are going to fish them up and through and keep the wire nice and hid. And the thing that's really awesome about these Mills plate lights is quite simply, a lot of people, when they do their illumination of their cities and their builds, they'll have a lot of visible lighting. And to me, that's kind of an eyesore. I am a big fanatic about wanting all my lighting totally hidden. And using these Mills plate lights is exactly how you can do just that. But like I said, though, we are going to get into that here in just a second. I have to make sure I have everything that I want here. I need a few more pieces. Trying to catch up on a few more comments. Bricks, hey, hey. This is Bad Penny. And thank you for getting them, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are always awesome. Anyway, let me get a few more little pieces that I think I need. Is everybody good with the music I chose? I know it's kind of low key, but I thought, you know what, I didn't want something too loud and overbearing, and I still need to clean a bunch of stuff here. We're not going to worry about it right now. Part of the reason, though, for those of you that always wonder why I have such a pigsty when I'm working on stuff, especially my commission jobs, it's because I buy all the parts for the commission job, and what I do is I basically spread them out so I can see them, because I don't want to use my personal parts. I want to use the parts that I personally buy for the commission, and until the commission's fully done, I don't put all the parts that I bought away. Wordy Deet, hey, how you doing? Well, let me throw these out of here. And like I said, let's get to fishing some of these lights. Now, with these particular poles that I'm going to be doing, I want 2 lights per head. So I'm using 2 Mills plate lights. If I can get these babies open. There we go. And now something else I do need is a jumper plate. Ooh, you know what? I just had an idea. Let me see if I have the parts to do what I think. And would you imagine that? I actually have the parts. What I was thinking is a lot of times when you see these really great big lights, when like in a parking lot and whatnot, you see these great big concrete bases. And it just kind of hit me that this would make it look like it's on a great big concrete base, which would just add to the detail. So we're going to run with that. Now let's get some of these pulled apart here. And let's get to having a little bit of fun. Oh, okay, Wordy. I did not know you were Apple Apple. And hey, how you doing, Apple Apple? Steve, how are you, my friend? He sits in the back row waving. Just to show you guys, if I can get all this. That's the only, because this is some really fine wire and my vision sucks, but this is what makes the Mills plate lights so awesome. Anyway, there we go. Just look at how much wire I have here. This is 18 inches of wire, guys. So this is going to let me fish all the way up through the base of this. Plus, I can still fish all the wires down in my base plate. And I still have this awesome long, and I mean long, plug that I can hide underneath the base. And we are going to plug this in after I get these fished through and show you just how amazingly bright these are also. Like I said, let me finish getting this guy pulled apart and tucked and all that good stuff. There we go. Now let's fish these guys up our base. And I'm going to show you a really neat trick. I do have to get a drill bit, and I know some people are not happy about drill bits. But let me get that right now. And that's awesome. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Wordy. And Big Block 455, how you doing, my man? This is that ugly part of me working on stuff that people generally don't like to see. Tools. Oh, 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 oh. But like I said, I like my lights perfectly hidden. So the first thing we do is we drill our little hole there. And then we're going to take these little guys and fish them up. These lights are going to be at the base of the launch tower. I do have some really cool lights that I designed, and I don't have all the pieces to have the correct design that I got. I ordered everything though. But I have some lights that I'm going to be putting on telephone poles, power poles. And I will show you, you know what, I will grab one in here in just a moment. Let me see if I can't get, and I forgot to drill this out. Kyle, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Kyle just donated $1. But actually, let me show you the lights that you're talking about, Greg. because some of the mini details I'm going to be doing with the oil field and stuff is I'm going to be running power poles through the oil field, and I'm going to have little lights on those telephone poles. And this is what I came up with. Mind you, I need a 1x8 plate that I'm going to be doing here because I think it'll look better there. And I'm probably only going to put one light on each side, or one light on the pole itself. And I actually even have another better idea on how I'm going to do just that. But this is the light that I'm going to be using on the telephone poles in the oil field, because I think that's going to be the most realistic looking way to actually have the lights on the telephone poles. I don't know how old a lot of you guys are, but me, when I was growing up personally, anytime you'd see telephone poles in a kind of congested area or an area they wanted lighting, they would have a metal light head sticking off that telephone pole, and that's what I'm aiming for with this particular design here. Thank you, Half Brick Films. I'm working on lighting right now, and I thought I saw another question. Hey, every little bit helps, Kyle. Don't ever apologize for it not being a lot, my friend. And I feel you, John. My life has been nothing but Lego lately, but it's because of that build. What was I doing? Oh, I drilled that out. I need to fish that through. Oh, someone asked me what the drill bit size was. That's what it was. And if I remember correctly, it is 1/8. And yes, the drill bit is 1/8. Trying to get it to come in focus for you. Anyway, it doesn't want to focus, but it is a 1/8 drill bit. I just like Iron Man armor in general, man. I can't say that I have any favorites. As long as it's the red and gold, I'm a happy camper. Okay, so you have seen exactly what I'm talking about. That's perfect, Greg. So Greg knows exactly what I'm talking about as far as those lights. But like I said, it'll look better once my parts get here. That's not the actual finished version. I'm tweaking it just a little bit. And I think it's going to look a lot better once it's tweaked a little bit. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Absolutely, Kenneth. He's got it right there. Because when we were growing up, like he just said, when that light pole came on, you knew your butt better be getting home. Because if you weren't home after the lights came on, you were in trouble. I'd say it's probably how it was for most people, but this is definitely how it was for me. And let's get this guy. We're almost up and through this. Then I'm going to show you a really neat trick and why I use these particular parts here with the little slit in them. After I get this pulled apart. Actually, I want to stop right there because I have to have that particular head on there. That's right. Okay, so we're going to stop there. And I got to come out. Come out here. Anyway, what I was going to show you guys, and now I got to pull this back out to show you. When you use a Technic pin, and I'm hoping you can see it, there's that little slot in the center there. And all I do, because the naked LED, believe it or not, it will actually go through there with a little bit of force. But just to make sure that it's easy and it goes through easy, I like to take my 1/8 drill bit and I like to take it and just, you don't have to force it through, just give it a little, you know what, let's not even go with, yeah, so let's, what the heck, let's go with the 1/8. But you just give it a little bit of a working. Just on one side. And then what happens when you do that, just on the one side, you'll notice, and I'm hoping this is zooming in, you'll notice that it opens the hole just a little bit for you. And that allows you to get to that naked LED up and through that pin. And I'm going to show you right now. I hope anyway. Putting my glasses on is probably not, yeah, let's just leave them off. Anyway, though, we take that and it lets you slide that LED right up and in it. Again, you don't have to drill the hole. It's just something I like to do because it simplifies it a little bit. And then here's the magic of doing that. After I get this pieces all back together. Because once we get that up and through, now I have the wire where it's totally hidden on the pole. And then it's coming out right here. And then what I want to do is I want to take my head. Actually, I want to put that piece on there. There we go. And then now you can have your lights just come like that to the pole itself. Now, mind you, I'm not done. I have to finish and lower this down some more. I'm just trying to show you guys, though, how awesome that actually works. Let's get that back. Get out there. So let me finish making my heads now. Now for the heads, I'm going to be using some really basic parts. And again, this is going to be the lights that are pointing at my tower. And I want it to look like, kind of like stadium lights is what I'm after. And I need to get a couple more small pieces. For making our stadium looking light. And we're going to take a 1x4. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our LEDs, because we want them to be fished and hidden. This is another one of my favorite parts for illuminating stuff, is this little guy right here. It's the dish piece, and it leaves a nice bump, so you can actually put a fairly large LED underneath this guy, and it keeps it hidden really, really well. But anyway, you want to take your light and you want to hold it and make sure that the LED is facing forward. And then you're going to take that little dish piece and put it on top of it. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Once we match it up. Again, same thing. You take that dish piece, you pop it on there. And now we're going to take this, because we want to keep that wire tucked in and hidden as good as possible. There we go. See, now that wire is in that head. Isn't that awesome? Let's click it up just a little bit. Let's get some tiles to smooth it out now. Now for the back of that head, we could do two 2x2s. What I'm going to be using is a 2x4. That makes it a nice, smooth looking light now. And then I want to simply smooth that out, so I'm just putting a 1x4 on top of that like there. And now we're going to take this piece. I actually got ahead of myself. I was supposed to put one more part on, but I'm going to try and put it together anyway just to light it up. I was supposed to put one more piece on the top of it. But I am excited to see how bright this is. And again, going back to the reason I like this Mills plate light, is I can take this light and plug it right into this guy. So both of them are going to come on when I plug this in. if I could see. There we go. And now we take this plug and we go into here. And look at that. We have some beautiful, and I mean beautifully bright, tower lights. Paul, hey, how the heck are you, my friend? And thank you so much. He says it's about time and gave me a $13 donation. I appreciate it, buddy. Let me go back to a few of the comments because I was working on that and I want to check on things now. Yes, Roto-Rooter action. You're absolutely right, Greg. I feel you on that one, Kyle. This time of year, I'm sick all the time myself. And this is a live stream, Paul. Yeah, like I said, I thought, what the heck? I'm going to turn the lights off because I want to see how bright this is, even though I'm going to have to take it back apart anyway because I screwed up and didn't put that last piece on like I was supposed to. But again, thank you so much for that, Paul. Brooks Brick says awesome. Anyway, let me turn the lights off. Let's just give it a look and see what it looks like with the lights off. Look at that. To me, that's nice and bright. That's exactly what I was after. That is awesome. Like I said, now I just got to pull it apart and actually fish it through that last piece that I screwed up on. But let me get that light back on. And thank you, Kenneth. And again, these are Blinky Bricks lights. So if you guys are at all interested in these, that is who you get these from. Not the pole, but the light itself. And like I said, he makes some really great products, guys. I know a lot of you guys that are here have already bought his products, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But let me pull that back apart so I can fish it through the correct way. Now that I've done that, I want it to go together the right way. Bear with me while I am getting this back together. I think I'm going to change the music here in a minute. It's almost too relaxing. Find something a little bit more upbeat. Okay, that is the intended light now. And then all this goes in the mill's plate, so it'll all be totally hidden. And I probably should click that up one more. There we go. And I'm going to have to try this physically on the tower itself. And there's the Paul I know. This is actually quite clean, Paul. Big Block 455. What I ended up doing, yes, they were on there. I think they are still on there. But now what I'm offering them as is they are offered with a Mills Plate Road. And the reason I kind of did that was so that way you were getting more with the Mills Plate Road than just the Mills Plate Road. So they are available on there. Yes, yes, yes. But like I said, it's available. It's the entire construction set with a Mills Plate Road as well. And let me show you guys something else I've been working on. I'm just going to shove this out of the way real quick to get what I want to get in here, because I haven't made a video on it yet. I'm still actually working on it, but I figure I'll give you guys a sneak peek since we're doing a live stream. And this is my oil rigs. I'm pretty happy with what I actually have going here, and I'm trying to get the camera to where it's in a little bit of a better position. That gives you guys a better idea. The train station was won by Kyle Dunbar, Sean. But just to give you guys kind of an idea of what I got going on here, at the very end of this is my gear reduction drive, and this is what I mean by I'm going green. Because yes, you can run your drives with a battery operated unit, but to me, the battery operated units are just, lack of a better word, they're junk. I hate batteries. I don't want to replace batteries constantly. I don't want to have to look at batteries. And everybody knows that this is a commission job. And this commission job, and I'm actually not even done with the details on this either, Matt. I still got to put a few more things on these. But with this commission job, it's going to be a display at a headquarters. And obviously, they don't want everything to require batteries. So what I've done, and let me get the power supply. I got this little power supply here. This power supply is freaking awesome. It's a 5 amp power supply. I believe it's 100 watt if I'm not mistaken. But the reason that I wanted such a big power supply is because with this gear reduction drive and then the oil pumps and all that, I'm pulling about an amp as it is already just for this to be driven. So I wanted something that could handle the actual abuse. And the best part is, as you can see, it does have mounts, so this will be mounted on the bottom of a table. But anyway, let me unplug this. Let's get this plugged in to show you guys what I accomplished here. I leave it a little low, but you can even adjust it lower if you wanted to. But this is what is absolutely amazing about this, because now with using that power supply, I'm going to show you right now, it just plugs into this little port here. And we have motion. We get all 3 of the oil jacks running simultaneously. Keep in mind, and I know it's probably noisy with the microphone, there is a cap that goes over the top of this. And that cap, and I think I just hit something and shorted it out. I did. That cap, though, will drown out some of the noise. Yep, I just busted my plug. Isn't that nice? So now I'm going to have to fix that. But anyway, this is, like I said, it is a 1 amp draw. So obviously you do have to be careful. You can't go with a very small power supply. The power supply has to be able to handle that. And that's why I went with that particular power supply. And again, just to show you, that power supply is adjustable. So, I mean, you can take it all the way up. I think it's 12, okay, 12.5 volts. And even if you wanted to, you can take it all the way down to, I think it's like 3 or something, 3.5. But yeah, I definitely need a baffle box. You're right, Big Block. That's why I said it's actually quite loud. But what I do is I do it at about 8.5. That way I'm not overdoing it, but I'm not underdoing it. And like I said, I accidentally shorted, because I don't have, my intention is I got to solder this, and I just shorted that out. I have a bunch of these, but I just melted my plug in there because I just accidentally bumped the wires together. But anyway, once everything's set together, it's actually soldered together. And then everything is actually, because when I do my soldering, I always do shrink tube and all that on it. So what just happened doesn't normally happen. Everything will be nice and secure, but that is how you actually do that. And just to let you know, if you do mess with, just to turn this back down again, when you are messing with these particular plugs and stuff, just to give you a quick explanation, you have 4 wires on the inside of the plug. And what it is the left one on this pair, because there's, with the 4 wires, it's the left is a pair and the right is a pair, the right 2 wires. The left wire on the left pair is your hot, and then the left wire on the right 2 is your hot. So it's hot, ground, when you go to connect them together and solder them up. So what I'm going to physically do when I'm done with all this is going to get cut off. I'm actually going to be hooking wires to this, and then I'm going to make an actual terminal strip that the wires for the power supply will actually go to, and then everything will be screwed down on the power supply and the wiring strip on the bottom side of the table. But like I said, and you just saw what happens when you short a wire together, it actually melts the plug. But that was me trying to give you guys a demonstration, and I just shorted it out. So so yes, we have fire, but at least it's easily fixable. But like I said, though, this is just kind of a quick sneak peek. I still need to do an actual full-length video on this, but to kind of give you an explanation of what I got going on here, I'm putting a little bit of an oil jack on this, or not oil jack, but an oil reserve plant on this end of the table. I'm going to be putting those little, where did it go? These little guys that I designed, but I'm only going to have one on each head. And these are going to be running down like this. I'm hoping you can see it. I'm going to have these run down like that. There's going to be a little road that actually comes through right here. So I'm going to have those going down the road with those little lights on each individual pole. And then that should give me a nice element of lighting as well on this portion of the build. And then I'm going to have where I have the actual motor and everything, because this gets covered with a baffle box. I'm going to be putting a piece of foam on top of this after I make a little protector and all that good stuff. So there's, like I said, there's still a lot of little finish work to do, but and I'm hoping once I put the piece of foam in here, it's going to help muffle it as well. I'm going to be using EVA foam if you're curious about what I'm using. But once I get this all covered and sealed, that should quiet down the noise of the motor. And then it'll also, this gives me a nice cavity to hide things in. Then I'll have the oil rig place on top of it. And then I'm going to have like a little catwalk and a couple tall oil towers, and just imaginary, trying to make it look like an actual oil field. So that is what's going with this. And since I'm giving you sneak peeks, let me show you the water I did today too. Let me pull this out of the way. keep in mind, this is still not finished. I do still have a little bit of detail work that I have to do to it. I still have to make a case and stuff to kind of hide the motor as well. But this kind of gives you an idea. And this boat is fully illuminated. Let me get my other power supply to show you, because I can't use the 9-volt. That will actually smoke it. And I mounted it, and I actually illuminated it just like an actual boat. And what I mean by I illuminated it like an actual boat is quite simply this, if I can get this plugged together. There we go. On a sailboat, or on any boat, to be perfectly honest, when you're sailing, or like I said, regular boats, what you actually have is you should have a green light on your starboard side, and you should have a red light on your port side. And then at the top of the flagpole, or the top of the sailboat mast, or if you have a regular boat, the top of your boat, you should always either have a red with a green, the red should be on top with the green below it, or you can do a solid white light. And then that's what you actually get your appearance with, or that's how people know that are approaching you anyway, I should say, which way you're going. So if you're coming at somebody, you know that it's red right returning, they're coming at you, or going away from you, excuse me. No, I'm right, coming at you. But that's the little bit of lighting that I had to put into that. And then on the inside, and I just unplugged that, get back together. I said I'd have to unplug it to spin it around, so I can't show you. But there actually is a light on the inside of this as well. And so at night, you're going to have these going, and because I shorted out the battery power supply, and I don't want to mess it up, I will just show you this. And we do have the motion. So I did encompass that as well. And again, I'm going to be putting a small cap over this. That cap, I'm hoping, will eliminate some of the noise and whatnot with the boat, because I don't want it to be extremely noisy. But there is going to be some noise that's going to be made with the drive system, unfortunately. That's just the way Lego's drives are. They're not very quiet. They're generally pretty loud, sadly. But like I said, this portion of the build is about done, thankfully. And just to show you, I got to unplug it to do it though. So when this is actually, I'm trying to give you a little bit of an up closer, better view. When this is actually on the water, and yes, there is a little bit of a wire you can see here, unfortunately. That was the best that I could do to hide that little piece of wire. And then it comes down, I'm trying to get it on camera anyway. If you look right there, and I almost flipped it off. If you look right there at the bottom, you can see where the wire comes up through the water. And that's how this actually is illuminated. And then it still has its motion and everything as well. Anyway, let me get this placed back off to the side again. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that. And again, there is a lot more that I'm going to be doing. It's just I'm trying to give you guys sneak peeks, and I do plan on making videos on all that, so you guys can try to hopefully see it in a little better detail, because I know it's kind of hard to see with me holding it and trying to balance it in front of a camera for you. But that's some of the stuff that I've been working on. And then, of course, everybody has seen the actual Saturn V launch as well. And thank you, Greg. He says he loves the beach work. I don't know, well, I probably could. Oh, you guys wouldn't be able to hear me though. I was going to say I could turn on the display and then take my camera over there, but I still have to, because everything's still temped, so I still have wires that I have to plug everywhere when I do it. So it's not exactly the most pretty display at the moment. But I'm hoping here very soon it will all be done. My goal is to try and get it at least 99% complete by next weekend, is my hope. But to do what I am trying to start to do anyway, which is finish building these guys. So I've got to pull some more of this apart. And for those of you that are not aware, these are basically drilled out to begin with. I'm just showing you. Only thing that I'm doing when I'm drilling it out is there's just these little bitty plastic tabs inside of those. And what I like to do is I mean, you could actually just push it if you wanted to and it would come out, but I just run that to knock it out. Thanks, Kyle. He says the Saturn V build looks awesome. And again, thank you so much, Kyle. I appreciate that. Let me drill all these out while I'm at it. Steve says if Paul thinks Daryl's is a mess, he should see mine. Well, the problem with Paul is he doesn't have the collections like we have. So he doesn't know what it's like to have that amount of Lego. Because I'm sorry, when you're deep into building something, you just do not have time. Actually, that's how I should have ran that. I screwed that up. I'll do it on this one though. That was drilled. Okay. And when you're trying to build a city, which me and you both are doing, I think he would find that he would have quite the mess also. But maybe not. Some people are... Because I used to work with a guy, it used to crack me up, man. The guy, even the guy's mess, when he would make a mess when he was working, his messes were neat. And it just used to absolutely freaking amaze me. I got to get one more plate. Point being that I have a feeling Paul might be like the guy that I used to work with, that his messes were even spotless. It was really quite insane. The guy was, I mean, he was a great guy, don't get me wrong, but I had never seen anybody in my life work on things and keep things so clean and pristine the whole time he was working. Because every time he would saw anything or cut anything, or, I mean, he'd always make sure all the sawdust was in a nice little neat pile, and it was just, it's like, dude, how do you get anything done? You're constantly cleaning. Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Greg. So I said I am a slob when I'm working and building stuff. And I basically leave it that way until I'm done. And a lot of it was quite simply, if I put stuff away when I'm doing a project, like what I've been doing with this, I swear to God, every time I put stuff away, I lose the parts that I put away. That's why I just leave it out until I'm done. Trying to untangle these. And yeah, I know I need bifocals. Get out of there. There we go. That's one. Now we can start fishing this guy through. We got to make one more base. So we're going to take that, pop this off, put this guy here, pop these up through that, and take these guys and shove them up through this. And now we got to take our pole base, those through. Now we want to get these. So we've got most of the light already here, guys. Let's piece that together a little bit. Because I want to make sure I'm the same size, I need 2. And I'm going to try a different way this time to wire this, because I think it's going to work. I just might have to fish it through. I'm going to try and fish the wire directly through that little guy on the side, if it'll let me. There, I got one through. Let's try one more. Come on. Come on. We can do it. There we go. I think I might like that better. Let me get the light head put together first. So that'll be And I think this music's going to start getting on my nerves in a minute. Put that there. Put that there. Really? There we go. That'll thin it out a little bit. Yeah, I like that better. So let's pop that off. Then again, you want to make sure you keep the LED facing forward. Just kind of hold it in place. Take your light, pop it over, do the same thing to the next one. Make sure it's forward. Take your piece, pop it on. We're going to pull those back, pop that on there like that. No, that's where I needed the, it's a little pin. There we go. We're going to put this little pin in this instead. Did I screw up? I screwed up. I was supposed to go through 2, not 1. So let's pull that back off. 1, 2, 3. Okay, back to the drawing board. Don't you love it when you do that? Well, here lately, it seems like I do it a lot. Anyway, though, I got to pull that first. Put another pin in. And then put our clip on. And we are coming out that side hole again. First one went through easy. Second one went through good. And then we put that little clip in the top. Now let's try this again. Before I do that, let's put these back on the light. Again, making sure they are facing forward. Second time's the charm. If not the second time, it'll be the third time's the charm. Got that guy there. Let's put one more. There we go. Now we can pull that up. Yeah, I like how this one looks a little better. So now it's even less wire that's visible. It's always going to be a little wire that's visible, but the more that you can make it disappear, the better. There we go. Like I said, you can still see a little bit of wire, but it's not too big of a deal. It's less than what you see on this one. And that's why I just opted it out. So we're going to have to change that one up also. So that's two that are ready now. And thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. And yes, losing, you're absolutely right. Greg DeBrat. Hey, how you doing? And losing parts is definitely the art of Lego. And let me tell you, I do it frequently. It's just, for whatever reason, I can never keep my parts. That's why I said I don't put them away. I leave them out because the minute I put them away, I lose them. What's my favorite 2021 set for parts? It's the set, and it's actually on sale still at Walmart. It's been on sale there all year. It's a creator set. And it comes with a lot of great parts. One of the things it comes with even is 4 of the 16x16 base plates. If I'm not mistaken, this particular set, the breakdown on it for the number of pieces that are in it is 2 cents a piece, I think. I mean, it's by far the best set you're going to get for the year, even still including now. And I'm trying to remember the set number. It's all the way over in the other side of the garage. Let me go grab it because it is a very important set to me, in my opinion anyway. This dude right here, and it has 1,504 pieces, 4 of the 16x16 base plates, and just a huge, and I mean huge, amount of pieces. So if I had to pick one set for parts this year, this is the set that I would buy. Again, you asked about for parts. To me, this is the set you want for parts for this year, and it's Lego set 11717. This is by far the best. Oh, I see Greg's already got it up too. It's by far the best set out there for the year, in my opinion. But, I mean, it depends on what you're looking for, too. But I still say that that is by far the absolute best set you can possibly get. Yes, absolutely, Steve. I find myself doing that a lot. I'll put stuff away, and then immediately after I put it away, it's, where did I put it? Oh, that's right. I put it somewhere where it wouldn't get lost. I have a terrible knack for that. Terrible, terrible, terrible knack. I just love how much wire he gives you with these. Let's... Come on. There, almost there. Come on. Now we can fish these guys. A little trick for when you're fishing these through, something I do want to point out, is you do want to stagger the LEDs. You don't want to put them side by side. By staggering them, it makes it go through everything a lot quicker and easier. So always try to remember that, to stagger the lights. Let me count it, make sure I got the right number. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm putting the fifth one in, so we're good. I am honestly shocked that we have so many viewers, especially on a Sunday. I'm glad to see it, but I'm shocked. Last few live streams, it seemed like when I was doing them, I was lucky if I was getting 12 to 15 people. So apparently I needed to take a small hiatus. Crap. You know, I just can't get it together. I got the right number of pieces, but I got to get it through the last pin. There we go. Okay, now we can do it. I just like fishing the wires through the holes, apparently. Up there. Okay, come on. Get up there. There we go. We want... You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Or actually, you probably would. I forgot the first part. Oh, like I said, apparently I like fishing the wires through everything. So now let's pull it all the way back apart again. Now we got it. Like we just said, third time's the charm. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we got to put the piece together. Boom, boom. And that. And that. Pop that apart. Take 2 of these, and I will come back to the comments momentarily. And I got that backwards. Again, you always want to make sure the LED is facing forward. And how you can tell that, if I didn't tell you guys before, is you make sure that you see the yellow. Because if you're seeing the solder, you're not forward, and you want to see the yellow. There we go. Oh, I need that little clip. Will that actually go through there if I did that? No. So we will put this guy on here. We will put this guy in there. We will pull it taut. Now we will slide all this together. Get on there. Slide this up. And these are what are going to be around my, and before I forget, where to go. That's my last one. There we go. Greg says people have been jonesing. Yeah, big block 455. What I would recommend though, he says he bought 9 of them. One of them without the base plates. I would only buy them with the base plates, and the reason that I say that is if you're into mocking up buildings, or even if you just if you want to build buildings, those 16 by 16 plates are a godsend. The white, the blue, the tan, the green even. If you want to make Mills plates, you can use those to make a very simple, quick, and easy Mills plate using that 16 by 16. And that's why I say that is the best set this year, because it comes with doors, it comes with windows, it comes with blocks, it comes with a lot of different unique pieces, and it comes with all those base plates. Kenneth says, I need to get some of those sets. Just got the Home Alone set, so I would have to hide the set from the wife for a while. Yeah, that would cause a little bit of difficulty if you have to hide it from the wife. That's not a good thing. I have not bought really, I've bought a lot of Lego, don't get me wrong, but I have really not bought anything for my personal collection in a month. And I actually intend on doing that. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to try and do something tonight, because right now they're having double VIP. For anybody that does not know, and I've been slacking on a lot of different videos, This weekend was double VIP weekend, and for the 21st, 20th, and the 21st. So if you've been waiting to make any big purchases, if there's anything left, I haven't even been on the website to look. Go to the Lego website because this is a double VIP weekend. But like I said, good luck finding stuff because I have a very strong suspicion that most stuff is probably sold out already. I know I'm personally, though, I don't know if anybody else has seen it, and again, I am lacking on a lot of my videos, but Lego is coming out with some really freaking cool Star Wars sets this year. For those of you out there that are like me and are Star Wars junkies, I've always wanted to build, and mind you, I already have a ton, but I'm going to be buying a ton more, but I've always wanted to build a Hoth display, the Hoth Battle, and this year's Battle Pack is the Hoth Battle Pack, and I cannot wait for them to come out. Not only is it snow speeders, but it's also the ATST. It's a whole bunch of Hoth troopers, so there's a lot of really good sets coming out, and those are supposed to be out, if I'm not mistaken, the end of the month of January, I think, is when those are supposed to be coming out. But I guarantee you that's going to be a hot seller, and I would really recommend getting some. Oh, okay. Like I said, I did not get any of the other set, Big Block 455. I have so many pieces anymore that, don't get me wrong, I thought that was a great set, and I did buy a bunch of them, but I'm kind of picky on what I buy when I buy stuff for sets anymore. I am more and more getting to the point where when I'm buying things, I typically just buy bulk parts, whether it be directly from Lego or even whether it be directly from Lego or from somebody on BrickLink. Like a lot of this build that I've done here, most of this came from BrickLink. I did buy other stuff from the Lego store as well, but the reason the bulk of it came from BrickLink is quite simply this. Lego can't ship parts fast enough for the quantities that I needed to order, and that's the awesome thing about BrickLink, is if I need something, like I'm waiting on two different parts to finish the Saturn V tower. I'm waiting on, I think it's 4 different parts to start building why is that? There it is. To start building the oil plant that's next to the oil jacks. And if I was to order those from Lego, it would be a month before I would see them. And that's why I love using BrickLink so much, because there's an amazing amount of sellers and pieces. Mind you, yes, you do have to pay a premium sometimes, but a lot of times I find the parts pretty cheap on BrickLink, though. Cheaper than Lego a lot of times. Not always. There are some parts that I have found on occasion where I'll give you a prime example. Earlier in the live stream, I was showing you guys the light that I was going to be designing to put on the power poles over by my oil jacks. And that particular design requires a gray bar clip piece. I don't know what else to call it. But my point in saying that is there's only 5 people selling them on BrickLink, and they want like $1 a piece for them. That's one of those parts that I ordered from Lego. I'm supposed to be receiving it here in the next week. At least I hope I am anyway. But I ordered a bunch of those parts off Lego, and they're only 16 cents a piece. What it is it's a brand new part, though, so there's not many people that are selling it yet. So the few people that are selling it are basically gouging people. So you do have to be aware of stuff like that with BrickLink. But then there's times that you'll get stuff, and there's so many people that are selling it that it's like half the price of what actual Lego sells it for. So let me get this guy popped in, and then let me get this next guy popped in. And I'm thinking this music's gonna have to change again. Here we go. And I don't know why why I didn't just grab 4 of those clips when I was over there, but let me grab one more. Because I need one last one. We got to get these wires through. Come on. There we go. And now we can slide it all up. And there we have it, guys. 4 light poles completed. Yeah, no doubt, Kenneth. I totally agree with you. They do have a really hard time getting them out. It seemed, well, because that is one thing I did immediately look up. Knowing that they had that sale going on this weekend, I was going to try and buy the Titanic. But I thought it was funny that they conveniently made sure that that particular set was already sold out before they offered the double VIP points. And hey, Brick Sergeant, how you doing? Anyway, though, guys, it is about dinner time for me. I don't know if I will come back again later on tonight or not, but I have been going for a little bit. And now that I got these going, I need to go way over there and start working on the actual display again. And I just knocked that off. So with that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. And hey, Brick Farmer, how you doing? And I don't have anything queued up to run that beautiful bean footage, so I'm going to do it this way. I want to give a very special thank you to the people that donated during the stream. With that said, I want to say thank you to Kyle Dunbar for his donation, and thank you, Paul W., for your donation. That was awesome of both of you guys. Since I can't run my beautiful bean footage because I forgot to queue it all up. But anyway, though, like I said, though, guys, I am going to end the live stream here. I may try and come back later on tonight. If I do come back later on tonight, what I'm probably going to do is have the camera and everything set up over at the physical display because I'm going to be installing these next. And it's good to see you too, Matt. I am going to start trying to ramp some stuff back up here and start doing stuff again here slowly. But it's going to take me a little time. Like I said, I still got a little bit more to do on the commission job, but the biggest portion of it's done. Thank you, Jesus. So maybe things will start getting back to normal and I'll actually start getting some videos up again. But anyway, as always, guys, thank you for coming to Bevins Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. And hopefully we'll see you in another live stream.